So we're off to Frontenac Provincial Park right now. It's about a 2-hour drive. So excited, the weather is beautiful today. I look forward to sharing the adventure with you. Well, I'm still on my way there, but I just had to stop and show you guys this. It is so beautiful. Well, I am pretty excited to get there, so I'm gonna keep going, but I could honestly sit here for an hour and just stare at the sun. It's so beautiful. All right, I'm gonna keep going though. So when you get here, you actually have to self-register, because usually in the winter there's nobody at the office. There is sometimes during the week, but this time on the weekend there's not anyone here. So you gotta find a site and register, so I'll show you how to do that now. So when you get here, there's a little like self-serve fee station. And you see interior camping here, got day use there, got a bunch of Frontenac Provincial Park maps and stuff, and you got the big map over here of all the sites. And yeah, you just grab a card, you find a site that's available according to this little vacancy sheet here. So we'll just check out what's available for tonight. Try to find something fairly secluded, and we'll fill out the paperwork and we'll hit the trail. Okay, so here's the plan. We are at the park office, which is there, and there's a road. It's called Big Salmon Lake Road. Basically, in the winter, they close that off, so we have to walk the whole length of the road over to Big Salmon Lake, and we're going to head over to Campsite 3 tonight. It was one of the ones that was sort of reasonably close for the time of day, and that's totally empty. No one else is there right now. So there's two ways of getting there. We can either hop on this trail and follow the opposite side of the lake and then just cross the lake because it looks frozen. Or we could also play it safe and go around the lake on this trail. It's just a little bit longer. So we're going to see what the ice conditions look like when we get to the launch. Hopefully they're good. I'm planning on crossing the lake, so we'll see how that goes. All right, guys, well, we're ready to go. It took a little while to get ready, but weather's beautiful. Losing a little bit of light, so I'm going to hurry along. I'll stop here and there on the trail to show you kind of the route in. The first part of it's just the road, as I was saying, so it's not shouldn't be too bad. This honestly happens to be every time. I get like 5 seconds into the hike and then I'm already overheating. Surprise, surprise. So for you cross-country skiers, it's actually pretty nice because there's a groom track. Thanks to Nuke for sitting on the top of it. It takes you all the way along the road, so it's a really beautiful ski. Well, it's so nice to finally be back out here. It's like a lot of work to do around this time of the year, so it's hard to find the time, but that's what this whole year is going to be about, finding the time every single week. So we're going to be coming out here 52 times. I guess 51 more times after this. But when you're out here, there's no regrets at all. It's beautiful. Well, I had the foresight of bringing a nice beer to enjoy on the hike in, and I forgot it in the car. And of course I realized too far into the hike to turn back. So luckily I have a generous amount of bourbon in my bag as well, so we'll be fine. Well, I just stopped beside the stream because it is making the coolest sound right now. I'm gonna try to get to the campsite soon. It's getting a little dark, so I'll probably see you over there. But yeah, so far it's been a great hike. Well, we're just gonna consult the map here because I might actually just change the plan and take the ice. It's looking pretty good to me. So I just have to see how far we have to go on it here, and I think we'll cruise up the lake ice to get there. Well, I did end up deciding to take the lake. It's looking pretty good. Don't hear any funny sounds or anything, so that's a good sign. It's been cold here for a couple weeks, so I am very cautious when it comes to stuff like this, but the conditions have been pretty good lately, so it saves a lot of time actually. I don't have to take the trail, go up and down, and I'm just trying to get there because we still have a lot of work ahead of us, so try to get there soon. My crazy dog has disappeared into the abyss. Doesn't look like you can see much from here, but you actually can see a little bit further than what the camera shows. So it's not quite as bad as it looks. So what I'm looking for is the lake to narrow a bit. And it does do that over on the other side there. So we're gonna try to kind of follow those footsteps there to the other side where the lake narrows. You can just sort of see a little bit of a glare coming back from a sign on that side. It's a portage sign to another lake. And then we're gonna follow the shoreline to the campsite till we hit it. What are you doing up there? What are you doing up there? Come on, let's go. Hike, 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 hike. Come on. I don't know if you can hear it, but there's a surface layer of ice. And every now and then I sort of break through a bit. It's kind of freaky when it happens. Who says you can't find green in the winter? Green everywhere. So I'm wondering if this is it. I'm just gonna hike up and have a look. It does seem to be worn here a little bit into a trail. But I am getting some glare from a sign up here, so I'm hoping we are here. Yay! We are here. And someone was kind enough to leave a little wood. That doesn't happen every day. Beautiful. You know, honestly, if you're just doing like a little overnighter like I am tonight, it's pretty nice to get to a place that you know is reliable, and you can just show up in the middle of the night and not have to worry too much. You're not really gonna, you know, be surprised by what you find, or it's yeah, it's kind of nice to have that convenience, honestly. And when you're camping as many times as I am this year, a little bit of convenience on a weekday kind of thing, you know, after work is pretty nice, actually. So yeah, I'm just gonna get the gear sort of laid out so I know what's here, I know where it is, and can find it easily. And probably start by getting a fire going, honestly. Right now it's still nice and warm because I was just hiking in, so I don't feel that cold yet, to be honest. So I'd like to get a fire going, so if I do cool down, then I can warm up later, kind of thing. So apparently I did these knots up pretty well. I'm having a hard time getting that one out. Alright, so I brought along the Esker folding saw. This thing is amazing, honestly, especially if you have to process a lot of firewood, which, you know, I don't necessarily need to do a lot tonight, but definitely in the winter you want to be able to get through some wood. So the whole thing just folds into itself, and really easy to set up, which is nice. Just put this cross piece in place on both sides. And the whole thing just works by twisting this little wooden piece over and over and over again, just to tighten the blade. I always over tighten it, so I have to remind myself not to. But it's pretty strong. The cord that comes with it is not paracord, but I replaced it with paracord. Mainly because I accidentally cut the cord that came with it on the blade itself. So you just twist this over and over again until it's nice and tight. And voila, that's ready to go. Super easy to set up. Also have the Hultafors felling axe. So it's a really, really nice Swedish-made axe. Always keep the blade cover on when I'm hiking around and just before I'm about to use it, but then we'll take it off on site. So, alright, let's go find some wood. I explain that I'm not taking any trees down, just so you know. In every provincial park, it is illegal to take down trees. And it's illegal to use any part of a live standing tree, so like birch bark, for example. So I always just hike around until I find something dead that'll work, and that does the trick. So you don't need to. There's no reason that you need to take a tree down, but still, I do find having these tools really, really helpful in the winter, just because you're processing so much firewood, it makes the job way faster, and it's a little bit more essential to have a fire out here in the winter. So yeah. Well, I consider that a success. I just got back from the other side of the lake, and I dragged a couple big logs I found across the lake. So I'll go show you. So these are not the the giant logs that I was talking about, but they are loaded with fat wood. So that's what that sort of pinkish orange color that you see is. It's just loaded with all this resin that is very flammable, and it's going to make starting this fire pretty easy. So I drag those across. They're nice and dry as well, so they'll just help kind of keep the whole thing going, and I can make a nice tinder bundle with the pieces at the end there. Okay, by two big ones I may be lying. I got one big one. I would consider that nice and big, and then I got sort of a medium-sized one beside it. But that should be all I need for tonight, definitely, and I might even get a little fire going in the morning with some of that. Well, I said I brought Kentucky bourbon, and I did. So, given the fact that I lost 2 beers, well, forgot to bring 2 beers, I think I've earned at least a sip. So, honestly, it goes down smoother somehow out here. I don't know why that is, but it does. Yeah, you know, I was just thinking, like, when you're out here this time of year and it's so dark, the evenings are so long, it's quite magical, you know, like you don't normally come out here at night, like you don't appreciate it at night, you don't go for a hike at night, you don't arrive to a campsite at night. Those things don't happen in the summer and in the spring. So it's been really nice to just go for a walk at night on the lake. The sky is so huge out there. That's another thing that you don't normally see, like unless you're paddling at night. But you know, again, it's just kind of, yeah, just celebrating, I don't know, the winter. So I'm really looking forward to this winter of camping every single week of the year and of this winter. And it's kind of cool because it's actually going to come around when you think about it. It's going to come around twice, right? I'm starting the project in the winter. So I kind of have this half of the winter, the sort of heart of winter. And then I'm going to be going back into winter again as this project ends, which is kind of a funny way to start and end it. Alright, so we have everything ready to get the fire going. I got a decent amount of birch bark there. Got a few nice dry pieces of hardwood carved up there. Got a couple ferro rods with me. This one by Uko I really like. It's a super effective one lately. Also have a little one from Algonquin Outfitters I picked up. Shout out to them. I have some sort of medium-ish size wood there, and then I've got a tinder bundle ready to go. Got some really small tinder ready. And lastly, I have a nice small pile of fatwood shavings that just came out of the core of one of the medium-sized pieces that I had. Had a nice vein of fatwood running in it. And then down here I've got sort of the long burners so I can get the fire going, and I've got another stack of them there. And lastly, we have a nice big thick dry piece of birch down there waiting to be sawed up. All right, let's get this fire going. And to be a little bit stubborn, but that's okay. Alright, then you just get it all on there. Feels so good to finally have the fire going. So starting off with mostly softwood, and then we'll start adding hardwood to it a little bit later as it gets going. Softwood burns nice and hot at the beginning, but not for very long. So it's good to get some coals going and get the fire going, but then after we're going to want to switch to hardwood, which we have lots of nice dry pieces around, so that's awesome. We'll probably get a few on there now. Alright. So I'm going to get some of this wood drying back at the back here. There's a little bit of snow on it and some moisture, so I usually do that. Just get it nice and dry. It'll burn a little bit, but who cares? It's all going to get burnt later anyway, so not a big deal. At least the wood will be nice and dry when it goes time to add it, so not such a big problem. Kind of reflects some of the heat back at you too, which is nice, so. Alright, well that's going nicely. Well, it feels pretty good to be relaxing by the fire finally. Bit of a long day, honestly. I left pretty late, so I was on the road a little bit later than I wanted to, but that's okay. It's honestly, it's a reminder. Sometimes it's hard to fit this stuff into life, right? And that's kind of the whole idea behind this project, is to just try to just force myself to do it anyway. It makes me so happy to be out here. So, you know what? Why not, right? If I can find a way to get out, then I will. So, but yeah, it feels pretty good. This is a nice hot fire. Let's probably just stay here for a few minutes, and then I'm gonna get kind of dinner prep, just sort of out so that it's ready to go when I'm ready. And I might try to get this tent up pretty soon and just let the fire kind of build up a nice bed of coals, and we'll go from there. All right, guys. So for dinner tonight, we have pork chops that are marinating in a sort of maple sesame oil marinade that I made up. A little mustard in it. And we have the potatoes that if you follow me on Instagram, you will have already seen. I always parboil them, which really helps when it gets out here. You're basically just kind of warming them up and you're crisping them up. There is garlic in there that's going to roast while we're at it too. So that is going to be delicious. Yeah, so that is dinner tonight. I am so hungry. Feed me. Looking pretty good. Smelling all right too. Little roasted garlic and potatoes. Wow, looks pretty good to me. I'm gonna probably devour this pretty quick, and I'll see you after dinner. Oh, it turned out so good. The maple and little grainy mustard and yeah, sesame oil. That is delicious. The roasted garlic too. Oh wow. That is so good. Well guys, I think I'm going to finish this off pretty quickly. And yeah, I'm going to chill by the fire for a little bit. So I'll catch you guys later. Somebody else thinks they're going to get some too. But they already ate. Well, Nanook and I are back in the tent, and it was a great day. We were just hanging out by the fire for a while and relaxing, enjoying a little bit of tea. Nanook's eyes keep trying to stay open, but she can't. She's laying on my sweater right now. I have the last of my tea with me in here, and I'm just going to enjoy that. It's actually very warm. It's nice and cozy in here. It's a very warm night, and still a little bit warm from the fire. So, but yeah, I'm feeling pretty pooped, kind of like Nanook. I can barely keep my eyes open. So I think I'm gonna call it a night. See you guys in the morning. Well, good morning. I slept in
a little bit. So it's fairly bright out now. Gonna try to get up and get a pot of water boiling and get the coffee going. I'll catch up with you guys in a bit. Well, I have to say the wool blanket inside the sleeping bag was a great idea. That was significantly warmer than it was last time with the summer mat, so that was a win. Alright, so for breakfast today, we have, let's see, coffee, another coffee in case it's needed. They're individually portioned already. It's about 25 grams a mug, in case you're wondering. Got oatmeal, and that's about it. Should do the trick. These pots are great. You can just put all your food in there. The top dish kind of comes out, and that's like your eating dish, which is nice. And a little lid, and you can just hang it over the fire to boil your water and everything, which is sort of what I'm about to do. I'm going to use the little folding stove to cook it on this morning instead of the fire, but it works the same way. I try to make things that are easy in the winter. So just add water. Coffee, same thing, just add water. That way you just have to heat up one pot of water. You don't have to worry about the rest, so. And cleanup is easy, so that's good. All right, so I'm just going to clean up the tent and stuff, pack that down. Probably just sip away at some coffee, look at the view, and I'm going to be getting out of here pretty soon. I'm going to try a time lapse tearing down the tent, so if you are about to view that, then it worked. So let's hope it does. But yeah, otherwise I'll see you guys on the way out. Well guys, that was a lot of fun. I think I'm gonna pack up and get out of here now. I'm probably going to shoot a lot of stills on the way out and kind of turn the video off for a while. But thank you so much for joining on the first trip. This was awesome. I look forward to 51 more of these. So yeah, if you like the video, then please like it, subscribe to the channel. There's a lot of good stuff coming. This is really just the start. So hope you see you again next week. Stay safe, guys.